returns management. And how do you structure those processes internally, and how do you link them up with your partners? And then finally, what kind of management effort do you apply to each process? So those are the three decisions. Now, why supply chain management? Number one, it is a new field. We're very successful in placing our students in jobs, and good jobs. But I want to sort of step back a little bit. For a lot of companies, the easy things like, I don't know, just making products and selling them are gone. Things are becoming more complex. And complexity requires management. You have to actually be good at that. And you have uncertainty, you have risk. There's competitive forces, there's new markets, but new competitors cropping up all over the place. It's easier to compete. And if you like working with people from different backgrounds, from accounting and finance, marketing, and so on, supply chain may be your field. If you're happy being an accountant and that's all you do, then this is not the world you're going to be thriving in. But if you like collaboration with customers, suppliers, and all over the world, things like that, then supply chain management would be for you. It also prepares you for many career options. The most valuable company in the world, the CEO is Tim Cook. What's his background? He was the chief operations officer. He managed the supply chain. Before that, he was in purchasing. You do have a career path to the top of the organization. It's not necessary that you have to be in finance or you have to be in sales anymore to become a CEO. Walmart can't become the CEO of Walmart if you haven't run logistics. It doesn't work. So, finally, the other thing is, if you want to face new challenges and new concepts and new ideas every single day, then this is something that might be for you. And the solutions are not going to be simple solutions. They're going to have to be creative and innovative, and you have to take into account many different things, and things that you haven't exactly seen before. Now, the supply chain program here at Rutgers is, so it was really started 2007, 2008, so we're 4 or 5 years old. And in 2009, the Gartner Group basically looked at all the supply chain programs out there, North America only, and they ranked them. And 2009, we're 1 or 2 years old, automatically we're ranked number 11. Now, a couple of years later, in 2011, they did the ranking again, and we were ranked number 3 in North America. ISM ranks us as, ISM is the Institute for Supply Management, ranks us in the top 5 supply program. It was in 2008. Our students, 5 years in the running, have found internships after their first year. Everybody did. Everybody was looking. Some people were not looking, so I have to make that disclosure. But everybody who was looking found one. Our job placement rate, in 2010 it actually was 100%, everybody had a job. 2011 was 94%. We're above average for the entire MBA program. The CSCMP basically gives us all of their scholarships because we are, in terms of supply chain management, we are the biggest program out there. The MBA program, the full-time MBA program, is capped at around 100. And I don't know about this current class, but the last class, supply chain management was the most popular major, ahead of finance and ahead of marketing. We also go to different case competitions, some focused on supply chain management specifically, and we do pretty well. And we compete against schools from other countries even, and other universities. So here, just to show you that I'm not lying, or not making this up, here's the latest Gartner rankings, and you see ahead of us. There are some big name programs. Penn State's program has been around for 40 years. Michigan has been around for a while too. Michigan State, we're tied with them. Many would argue that's kind of where it started. Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State, those are sort of the founders of the discipline. Arizona State is a strong program. Ohio State graduated from Ohio State, so they're a little pissy about that. Like, we send you there and doing that. Now let me talk briefly about the curriculum. So you need 15 credits beyond the MBA core, foundation and integrative courses. 9 have to be from this SCM concentration core. And a minimum of 6 electives from one of these 4 areas. So the required courses, everybody has to take operations analysis in fall. If you're in the flex program, there's slightly different rule. You have 9 credits of electives and 6 required courses. Then you also have to take procurement management, supply chain management industry project, and supply chain management strategies. So these 3 are the supply chain management core. This you have to take as part of your MBA curriculum anyways. Let me talk about the industry projects class. So basically it's like a consulting course. We have consulting projects set up. You work in a team of students, and you basically solve the problem for the client. And it's a semester-long course, and you basically work. You have your instructor to assist you, but you basically work one-on-one with the company. Now let's talk about electives. One area is mainly on procurement and sourcing. So we have business-to-business marketing, labor law, supply chain law, negotiations, environmental management and green purchasing, very popular class, risk management. Area 2. Area 2 has basically the most ones in there. Project management, there are several classes on that. Business intelligence, data models, demand analysis, which is the class I'm teaching this, hey, stay there. Which is the class I'm teaching this fall, so we focus a lot on forecasting. A lot of the classes that we teach, it depends on the instructor, but they're heavily case-based. We actually spent all day yesterday with an emeritus professor from Harvard Business School to make us better case teachers, discussion leaders in cases. So there's some lecture, a lot of cases, some hands-on. If I teach forecasting, we do a lot of stuff in Excel and you use forecasting software and so on. So we play around with different things. Industry client projects, you really work in teams and have a real-world project. We also have a class on new product development, which we're thinking of offering. Another thing I want to highlight, we have 2 classes on SAP, which is very unusual for a lot of programs. Very often you have to go out and get those classes yourself, and you pay $6,000 to $7,000 for them. Yes, sir?
When you go over those classes, because I actually was part of a SAP implementation.
It's mainly about how to use SAP in the first one, and then the second one is more advanced. But it's not how to set it up; it's more how to use it.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were going to go with the configuration.
I'm not sure. I'm not teaching that. I can find out if you're really interested. We have an instructor who worked at SAP for a couple years. So. But you actually, with these 2 classes plus I think 2 more, there's 4 classes, you get an SAP certification, which a lot of companies, if you don't have it, they'll put you in a training program, but if you do have it and everything else is equal, they may pick you over somebody else. So I think it's quite valuable. You will also be able to obtain your PMP, your project management certificate if you want to.
Professional.